Let's roll on. We're into 5A. Now, we talked about 3A Division 1. Here's 5A Division 2, which might be the other bracket that is the most interesting bracket out there. Even just look at the state championship picks. 3 different teams get state championship nods here. Okay? We'll start with Region 1.
Now I don't feel good that we all picked Argyle because I went back and forth on this one.
I know, that's the problem. The problem is that with Argyle, in 4A Division, if you take a look at 4A Division or 5A Division 2 Region 1, they to me look like the safest pick, but like safe doesn't mean guaranteed.
No, because a team like Walnut Grove has been incredible.
Yeah. I mean, their one loss in the year is to Lone Star, right? They have a win over Midlothian Heritage, which is a win that's aged very well. They ran through a tough district. But you take a look at, I mean, they're playing Emerson in the first round of the playoff. Emerson was a state semifinalist a year ago. I mean, that bracket is loaded. You add in teams like Anna in that region. Anna and Colleyville Heritage, a huge first round matchup. Lovejoy's playing exceptionally well. I will say this. I think that for Argyle, Walnut Grove is a team that is in that mix as well. Region 1, like this is one of those, it was kind of the first time I've had to say it. Do not mistake unanimity for certainty. Because we are all on Argyle, but Region 1 looks like a bear.
I bet if you asked everybody who Argyle plays in the regional finals, that you get a very different answer. Because I think Anna's a big test. For that game right there is very interesting to me. Both of those teams bumping up this year. Could they both make it to the regional finals? That's what I'm picking.
Yeah, it's a very tough region there in Region 1. Region 2, everyone's been this has been in the hubbub around Region 2 has been South Oak Cliff PNG, South Oak Cliff PNG, South Oak Cliff PNG. And for good reason, right? South Oak Cliff, the number 1 team in the state, has looked terrific after some early losses. PNG has been, I don't know, like they feel like last year's PNG in the sense that they are winning, like they're not always winning pretty, but they're winning. The Nederland loss has me worried, but I think that they're the defending state champs, and if you get in a close game, they're going to pull it out. That said, I'm not going with either of them.
Here comes yours.
Folks, it's time to talk about Texas High. The Tigers of Texas High are undefeated. They are romping people. They've got that dude in Tredarian Ball. They are absolutely loaded. They are good offensively. They are good defensively. They have some signature wins, including a win over Argyle Liberty Christian, which is huge. They have a dominating win over Midlothian Heritage. I think this team is ready for prime time. What worries me about the Texas High pick is they will have to go through presumably both PNG and South Oak Cliff to get out of there. And Nederland in the first round of the playoffs, although Nederland has to come to them. But the other thing is Texas High, historically, the past couple of years, they have not played to their paper in the playoffs. Plain and simple. They have gone out a couple rounds too early. I'm taking a risk here, but I like Texas High to win Region 2.
I wanted to push them in on Texas High too, but it's the playoff history over the last couple of years that scared me away.
That's the thing, and I think that's entirely fair. Region 3. 5 of us are on Richmond Randall. I love this Randall team. I mean, you can look at my state championship pick. I love this Randall team. They have been smoking teams. They have, in my opinion, the best player in the bracket in Landon Williams-Callis. Their running back, he is electrifying, but they are a complete team. Furthermore, when you take a look at Region 3, I think we thought like Liberty Hill was going to be in that mix. I think we thought that it was going to be Liberty Hill and Randall. I think Liberty Hill has fallen back to the pack a little bit. And as a result, I think Randall, with their explosivity, can get them. Ashley Pickle, the Bears of Bastrop.
Yeah, dude.
They won district.
Weston Nielsen, incredible sophomore quarterback, and Keyshawn Moore, they're the difference makers. Yeah. I think that this team, this is my like Cinderella pick. Okay. I think this has that Gilmer harmony like we've seen in the past year. Paul Pewitt kind of did it a couple of years ago. I think that we have been on the Randall hive all year long, but something about this Bastrop team heating up at the right time, especially with those two playmakers.
I will tell you, the other thing here is that there's two teams we haven't mentioned. One of them is Liberty Hill. When they get in the playoffs, you get 1 week to prepare for the slot T. Mm-hmm. They are absolutely dangerous and absolutely capable of winning this region and playing at AT&T Stadium. Absolutely. The other team that we haven't mentioned is Iowa Colony. Iowa Colony is a high upside team that gave Richmond Randall their closest game of the year. They would play each other in a regional final if they were to get there.
Ton of athletes on the team.
A lot of athletes. Region 3 is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really interested in that. On to Region 4. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I got to say his name, Jacoby Dixon, Brenham. He could be one of those guys that just takes over.
Brenham's the other team here that is worth mentioning in Region 3. That, again, flying under the radar, they have that dude in Jacoby Dixon. He is that guy. The thing that scares me about Brenham a little bit is that I think their defense can be had. And in a high-octane offensive region, I don't think you can rely on just outscoring people.
A lot of different teams in Region 3.
It is a really, really... And by the way, that first game with Texas City, Texas City Texas City is another super explosive team there in Texas City. It's a fun region.
That's real fun.
What's so funny is that we thought, the PNG moving out of Region 3 was going to bring Region 3 down. It's no, I think it's even more fun.
It made the whole bracket better to me.
It did. Region 4... two of us are on. Tep and Step is on Corpus Christi Miller. I love this offense. I love Justin Evans. I think that this team is ready for their close-up. The rest of y'all went with Alamo Heights, and I have a feeling that a certain number, I think he's number 2. One individual playmaker for Alamo Heights might be the reason. Or number 3, I think he is.
Well, I thought about Bernie.
Yeah?
So, it was a tough pick for me, but Michael Terry and the way that they've been playing, they've impressed me across the board, though. They use Michael Terry in a lot of different ways, but the quarterback over there is pretty solid.
I think so.
And I would say I think their secret weapon is DK Garza. Mm-hmm. Because everybody is going to go focus on stopping Michael Terry because you have to. You have to double team him.
Yeah.
DK Garza is that extra little spice that is going to be able to take this team far.
I'm going. Me, Ish, and Mallory are going with Randall. That is a projection play exclusively because you got Pickle and Step are on South Oak Cliff and you're on PNG. If you want to go with playoff pedigree, those are the teams that have the playoff pedigree. They've been on the big stages before. Yeah,
no doubt about it. It's hard. It's hard to pick against Sauk. It really is tough.
Yeah, it's tough. I think Division 5 and Division 2 is going to be wild, absolutely wild, which is why we're so excited about it. TexasFootball.com/playoffs is where you can find everything for the Texas High Football playoffs, including our 5A Division 1 predictions. This is also very interesting because, we'll start with, I think any conversation about 5A Division 1 has to be focused on Aledo. They've earned that 12-time state champions, the number 1 team in 5A Division 1. 5 of the 6 of us have them winning Region 1. 4 of the 5 of 6 of us have them winning state. I will say this as somebody who has them winning Region 1 and has them winning state. If you're going to get Aledo, this feels like the year to get Aledo. This feels like a really good Aledo team, but maybe not up to the caliber of last year, where it was kind of fait accompli that they were going to win 5AD1.
I think it says something, though, that the fact that Aledo has gone to close games this year and still been able to pull it out, because I don't think that that's something that we've ever gone into the playoffs looking at. I think it's always been, if someone could actually get in a dogfight with Aledo, they might lose because they don't know how to fight back. I think they're tested this year, which adds to their kind of mystique.
Yeah, I think so. Matt Stepp going with Ryan in a rematch. An agent of chaos. I'll say this: Ryan played him tight for a half, 2.5 quarters.
Yeah.
They've got the dudes to do it if they can pull it off. I think that would be a little difficult though. It's hard to pick against Aledo. I just think it's hard to pick against Aledo. Region 2.
Here we go.
This was another shrug.
Yeah, it was. I went with Lone Star. I don't feel good about it. Pickle and WTF went. Pickle and Ish also went with Lone Star. Mallory and Pickle, you guys went with Highland Park. That feels real I don't know. Let's go with the team that's the winningest team in Texas high school football history.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it was. I don't trust Lone Star. Georgetown, I kept going back and forth and back and forth. I think Georgetown's a year early.
Georgetown.
See, I didn't want to miss it.
Georgetown is definitely the sexy pick here.
I think it's a year early, but I didn't want to be a year behind it because I've been saying since the beginning of the season, watch out for Georgetown next year. And then I thought, well, what about if it's this year?
I'll tell you this.
And I've been saying it about next year.
I'll tell you this. For somebody to beat Georgetown, somebody's going to have to slow down Jet Walker. And it's like...
And the speed of Xavier Warren, he can take the top off of the defense.
Georgetown,
very well-rounded team.
Georgetown is for real. Capital F, capital R.
Not an easy. All these teams are legit, though.
I know.
This was impossible.
Region 2 was tough.
And that Midlow Lake Belton game in the first round, that's going to be a war.
Region 2 is terrific. Region 3, I think we're all in lockstep that the power nexus is in the Brazos Valley. A&M Consolidated. 5 of you guys will go with A&M Consolidated. I think College Station's going to get them in a rematch. I think if they get, I think they play him in a rematch. That was a tight game.
By the numbers, you would be right.
Exactly right. Like I would just say, like flip a coin. Chances are it's going to come up.
Man, you know what scares me about College Station though? That potential area round matchup against Lufkin.
Yep.
That's what scared me away from College Station because I almost put College Station down, and Lufkin has found something special this year.
I think so. Lufkin. You want to talk about a team peaking at the right time? Lufkin's in that mix as well.
Lufkin, College Station, PA Memorial, Pflugerville. I mean,
I think
Weiss.
They have the tougher schedule. I mean, they have the tougher part of the bracket.
Here's crazy. That first round matchup, Angleton and Weiss is spectacular. There's the other thing we haven't mentioned. You'll notice nobody took Galveston Ball. Galveston Ball. The question is Jonah Williams. Jonah Williams has been injured. We don't know his status. If he comes out and if he comes back and he's effective, then they are a contender within this region. But for now, I'm not sure you can project him to be available. And so we're going with the Brazos Valley to win Region 3. And then in Region 4. Region 4 is really it's San Antonio and the Coastal Bend with some Rio Grande Valley teams in there as well. I will tell you, PSJ North probably the best threat from the Rio Grande Valley. But all of us, let's see, Mallory and Ish went with Flower Bluff, a team that was looking great.
Good pick, y'all.
Lost their Week 11 game to Corpus Christi Vets in double overtime. That game is obviously huge. Flower Bluff, because of that, they go to the third round. The thing that scares me about Flower Bluff is that they would get a second round matchup with
huge game
with Piper. That's the team that I'm on right now.
They're like the cardiac arrest team of the year.
Yeah.
They got the dudes, though.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And then Powers, you're going with, once again, you're going with an old standby in Smithson Valley, team that played for a title last year.
I'm using Pickle's theory of Flower Bluff and Piper and all those teams at the top are going to beat each other up, and then Smithson Valley is going to cruise into the regional finals and be well rested.
That would be a
rematch. They got some tests, but whether it's Flower Bluff to me or Piper, I think that they got a team that could beat either one of those two teams. But I don't feel. I mean, I'm again not very confident.
Well, and they played Piper earlier in the year. Piper ended up winning by only 3, so that's a good revenge game too in a regional finals of that, the old adage, it's hard to beat a good team twice type of thing.
I think I'm picking Flower Bluff over Piper though. I know that one's so tough.
It's tough, and for it to be shown up in the second round is
unfair.
But I mean, you look at that for Piper. I mean, it's not exactly easy for them.
Their schedule is great.
They're going to play Flower Bluff, then they're probably playing Corpus Christi Vets, and they're probably playing, Smithson Valley. Shout out maybe Edinburgh Vela, also a threat in this one. But I would say that this is
PSJ North.
PSJ North, yeah. Bottom half of the bracket, I think, is the best chance for a Rio Grande Valley team to get out. And then, of course, you see the state championship picks. 4 of us, Mallory, Ish, myself, and Pickle are on Alito. Powers and Step. Remix.
I would have never expected coming into the season to either think about picking against Carthage or picking against Alito. But if everything's hitting on all cylinders, this is the year to get them, right? Who comes out of that Region 3 or Region 4, can they do it?
It's the Texas Football Today playoff prediction show here live from the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Studios. Hope you'll go to texasfootball.com/subscribe to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. If you want to watch dozens and dozens of live Texas high school football playoff games every week over the next 5 weeks leading up to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, texasfootball.com/subscribe. You can watch all those games on Dave Campbell's Texan Live, our streaming platform. Makes a great gift as well, texasfootball.com/subscribe.